What's up guys, this is Automotive Anonymous, and if you're new to my channel, what I do are car reviews, 0 to 60s, and other cool stuff. Today we have a 2023 GMC Yukon XL Denali. That means it's the big fancy one. This one was generously borrowed by Goody Mazda in Southern Idaho, so I'm going to link it below. If you guys are in the market, if you're interested in something like this, check them out. They're good people to work with. Otherwise, we're going to get right into the review with the walk around, the specs, initial driving impressions, 0 to 60 with the GPS, and final thoughts to see if it's worth your time and money. This is part of the 5th gen, started in 2021, so that's why it looks so good, like it was recently refreshed. Well, because it was. Between the GMC Yukon and the Chevy Suburban and Tahoe, General Motors sells between 100 and 200,000 of these every single year in the United States, and it competes against other vehicles like the Ford Expedition, the QX80, the Kia Palisade, things of that nature. And it looks an awful lot like the Cadillac Escalade, because that's essentially what this is in General Motors Company clothing. The Denali is the 4th of the 5th trim levels, with only the Denali Ultimate above it. A base Denali starts at about 80 grand. This one has a few extra options putting into the 90s. It has the gas tank located on the driver's side. It's 28 gallon, gets about 14 city, 18 highway, so that means about 500 miles of road tripping before you have to stop and stretch your legs and get out of this comfortable ride. It has a 10-speed transmission, which is a really good modern transmission with the 6.2 big boy V8, which is a fantastic engine. If you've never experienced one of them, I suggest you do, because it's a really good 420 horse, 460 torque pushrod V8. Has about 8 inches of ground clearance with a 323 rear end, so it's good for putting the power down, but it's also good for being as economical as you can be in something that is this large. It weighs about 58 to 6,000 pounds. They can tow about 7,500 pounds, so it can tow itself and about a dairy cow on top of that. It's about 19 feet long, 6.5 feet tall, and 6.75 feet wide roughly. Again, they're 3-row, and behind the 3rd row you still have a lot of cubic space, which I'll show you in just a little bit. Well, let's get to it. Let's get inside and out of the cold. But before we do, let's show you those 22-inch rims. They are 275, 55, 22 Bridgestone tire, and they look fantastic. We're gonna grab the handle, see what happens. The running board is electronic. It just folds out, very nice. Has the Bose speaker system, really nice finishes, soft touch materials everywhere, wood trim, chrome, door handle. And you got, just like the Chevy trucks I've driven and reviewed for you guys, you have the double door pocket. So you could fit a whole lot of goodies in there. You have a big Denali on the door sill plate. You see the 10-way power adjusted, heated and cooled seats that have Denali stamped into them. They look really good. Down here, rubberized pedals. You have the OBD2 port plug-in right there. Hood release, 4x4 settings and lighting options. And then just some of the extra features that you get on this, which it has a really nice heads-up display. Firing it up with the push-button start. It fires right up. This steering wheel should look pretty familiar if you're used to the other Chevy trucks of this generation. Has the heated options and a lot of good features. And if you can see, hopefully you can, the heads-up display, it's quite big on this model, and you can toggle through a few readouts on it. One that I like though is the indicator of how far ahead or behind you are of the next vehicle. Otherwise, getting to our gear select, you pull it back if it's reverse neutral drive, you push it if it's park, and then you can see the cameras, and they look really good. Just like the trucks I've reviewed, you can have these on while you're driving, and you can get a whole host of options with that 360-degree display. Not too bad, huh? We're gonna go back to park. Over here, you still have physical buttons for your climate control, your radio adjustments, things like that. Heated and cooled seats down there, same for the passenger. USB-C, USB, charging port, 12 volt. Nice big cup holders, and you could hide those with the wood trim. Looks really nice. You have a place to hide your phone just right up on top, since on this model you don't have a storage compartment behind the screen. Or you could open it up and you have a nice big storage spot to hide some other goodies in there. Up top you have a lot of options. LED lighting is really nice. You have all the options for opening the hatch and the moonroof, which on this model is substantially large. You also have an electronically adjustable sunshade, so if you need the sun in, you're good. If you don't, because it's hot out, close that thing. Otherwise, let's hop in the back. Let's see how we sit in the back of the Denali. And the door panel of the second seat looks really good. You got a speaker, Bose listed, wood trim, kind of that chrome follows, and the double door pocket. So you have so many snack options right here. You don't have to pick and choose like you do on some other vehicles. The running board drops down as well when you open the door. Denali on the door sill plate, and really nice heated leather seats. You can drop them and slide it forward or lift if you want. There's another way to do that I'll show you soon. Or you could just simply slide them forward or slide them back. So we're gonna get in and sit behind ourselves from our driver's position. At 5'11", I have a whole lot of room. I have a map pocket, so I can be a backseat driver and tell them where I need to be chauffeured. Underneath these cup holders, I got all my climate, heated seats, plug-in, and 120 volt controls. I have an armrest, and I can easily hop into the back seat. And look how much room there is on the back seat of this 3-row SUV. You have a plug-in, a fairly soft armrest with really nicely placed cup holder and storage spots. You can actually see I have about an inch of room in front of my knee, which is unusual. I can always exit the vehicle from the same path I came in, but it's pretty comfortable back here. I have ventilation on my face. I have LED lighting. What more do you need? I guess I could look around, see the TV screens on the back of the driver and passenger, but yeah, it's time to get out. So let's do it this way this time. Let's drop it, and then we're gonna push it again. Kind of a cool trick. Now we can escape. And there's a button to open the door down here. We also have a PIN code if you want to set a way to get in and out without the key. But today we're just going to use the key. We're going to open it. 41.5 cubic feet is what you get in the back of the XL Denali, and that's behind the third row. Look how big this is. Although it's not a super long loading floor, it's very tall and it's very wide to follow the dimensions of the vehicle. And we have just a little bit of storage down here, so you could fit some good belongings, as long as they're flat and about an inch tall or more shallow. And then we could drop the seats right there, or we could lift them back up. So that's kind of a cool option. We're gonna lower the hatch. Look at the dual exhaust, and then tow package. It's hidden with the plastic just for cosmetic purposes. Check out the other back seat. On the other side, you guys know what the door panels look like by now. They look really good. The finishes are fantastic. The stitching is really nice, and they are comfortable. Another map pocket, another TV. I shouldn't say TV, I should say screen, but you guys know what I'm saying. You can do a whole lot of good stuff with that. And it's just a really comfortable place to be. If you're riding shotgun, what do you get? You get a nice big door pocket. All the goodies up there. You get the same 10-way power adjustment on your heated and cooled Denali spec leather seat. And you have a locking glove box, which is decently large on this trim model, as well as like another hidden storage for like a phone, a paper map, whatever you can fit down there. Maybe some Twizzlers. Alright guys, remember this has the big boy 6.2. It makes a lot of power, 420 horse to be exact. Just under 6,000 RPM. So let's pop the hood, see what it looks like. Under the hood, it's a pretty good layout. You get the windshield reservoir up top, the brake fluid reservoir, the air filters in this box, and then the ducting to the baffling to the upper intake manifold. You see 0W20 full synthetic oil fill cap, it's right there. You get the battery over there with the red terminal on top, the negative terminal on the other side, and you get the alternator right underneath the baffling on the serpentine belt, and the oil dipstick right there. These engines are incredibly proven, incredibly simple, and very powerful, very reliable, so you really can't go wrong with the 6.2 Ecotec 3. Drop the hood, take it for a drive. And now it's time to teleport inside and see how it handles the road. Go for it. Initial driving impressions of the Denali is that it's quite smooth. It does have auto start stop, which I'm usually not a big fan of, but it does have the system engineered well, and this platform visibility is fantastic. Even the rear view mirror, you can see right through the middle of the SUV into the back, and I feel like it does a good job. Steering wheel comfort is very good. Door, armrest, fantastic. Same thing with the center console. Everything is just right where it needs to be. All the physical buttons, the controls, they all look really good. And I love that you can keep the screen running, just like the Silverados I've test driven, while you're driving. But you can even have like the forward facing camera. You can have any of the 360-degree views, which is really a nice feature. There's that heads up display again, and one of my favorite settings on it is the distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. It's a really good system. Heated seats are great, I have those on, but the cooled ones do a great job with ventilation. Power is just fantastic with the 6.2 V8, as you're going to see in a little bit with our 0 to 60. And being 19 feet long, it has a long wheelbase. It's really smooth, really comfortable. The suspension, that magnetic control option it has, is just fantastic. It's kind of crazy that a 6,000 pound SUV can just float down the road, especially these bumpy country roads. And even going over blocks of ice, small potholes. Even having 22-inch rims, the suspension and those Bridgestone tires just eat it up. It feels really nice. The Bose speakers sound fantastic. And your view while sitting in the cabin is just really good. If you guys are in the market for something like this, go test drive one. See if it's what you're looking for. It's surprisingly easy to drive. Even the side mirrors are just large. They're not towing extendable mirrors, but they have a great viewpoint. Well, we're almost to a private road, so we're gonna do our 0 to 60 and then wrap things up. 0 to 60 in the Denali. Density altitude is about 2,100 feet, so we're down on power about 7%. We're in 4 high. I'm gonna brake rev it, and then I'll verbalize the true 0 to 60, and I'll post the GPS graph afterwards. The bottom left shows what it does without the foot of rollout, the way it's rated by the magazine. Let's go. And true 0 to 60 in 7.37 seconds. That felt about right. It's fast, but it is big. Let's get to our final thoughts. Final thoughts of the Denali is it's incredible. You saw it handles the road really well. The technology, the safety features in this are outstanding. The comfort, the performance, the power, it just offers a whole lot, but the price tag reflects that. You're getting what you pay for with this. You can't race a house, but you can live in a car. I'm not saying I recommend this, but it's big enough that you could probably live in this SUV if you had to. Anyways, guys, would you get one of these? Would you get the Chevy equivalent or go with another brand completely? What are your thoughts? Remember, if you guys like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Otherwise, if you're in the market for this one, I'll link it below. And until next time, guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Take care.